I'd like to welcome Jay Parker to the Friendship Agenda, here to discuss Orgonite.
Yes, it's great to be on the friendship agenda. We've had a wonderful visit from Friedman and Jamie and Monty. And what I'm going to discuss right now in a few moments is Orgonite. Orgonite was discovered by Dr. Wilhelm Reich. He was a German scientist that came to America when the Nazis took over Europe. And Wilhelm Reich was prosecuted and persecuted by the FDA for making healing boxes that produce orgone energy. And Reich's discovery of orgone energy, which is the life energy of our planet, he would take uh, similar materials, and he would take organic and inorganic materials and do one layer of organic, which would be, let's say, fiberglass resin, and then another layer of inorganic, which would be steel wool. And he would make these cubes, and people would sit in these cubes, and they would be healed by the orgone accumulated energy. And the FDA went after him in the 50s, threw him in jail, burned all his books. There's still a lot of his material available still, but he's someone you should really research, Dr. Wilhelm Reich. And uh, what we're doing today with orgone, there's many things happening in the orgone field. I personally work with several different devices, and I'm going to describe them to you. There are uh, just a vast array of different orgonite uh, manufacturers and technicians out there. I highly recommend, if you want to learn more about this, to go to ethericwarriors.com, Don Cross site. And there are tutorials on ethericwarriors.com, and there are also websites where they sell orgone devices that are pre-made, both electronic, where you're actually firing them up electronically, and also passive. The orgone accumulators to make boxes like Wilhelm Reich did are at the plans are out on the web, and that's something you should definitely look into. I'm going to start with a simple uh, reason why we do this. With the cell phone technology that we have today, there are over a half dozen companies beaming microwave radiation at you at any given moment, no matter where you are. Uh, Basically, your DNA is being sauteed, and orgone is basically garlic to a vampire, and it will transmute the negative cell phone energy into positive orgone energy. And let me just talk about this one piece right here. This is a orgone pendant that I made. It features 14 different stones, uh, all based on chakras and different healing modalities. It has a 1/3 lost cubic coil in the center of it. Behind the coil, there is a wrapped AAA double point of clear quartz. There for the organic matrix, I used polyester resin. For the inorganic, I used aluminum flakes, which are found on eBay. You can just punch in aluminum on eBay, and you'll find different manufacturers. They'll sell you aluminum flakes real cheap. There are a massive amount of crystal suppliers on eBay, and you can get the stones at any New Age shop, and just do whatever you like with them, and just let your heart be your guide. Uh, I like making these and giving them out to my friends. I doubled this up and made a device I call a galactic egg, and it's two pendants welded together. And the reason I've done this is simply that with the double torus of our galaxy having a compression and an expansion, I feel that this kind of flows with that, having an expansion and a compression. And so this is a really nice meditation device to hold while you're meditating. One of the things that TheoricWarriors.com stresses people to do is make devices called tower busters. And if you take a regular 3-ounce muffin pan and put resin and a wrapped clear quartz chip into a 3-ounce muffin pan, you'll make a tower buster. And if you throw these within a quarter mile of any cell tower, you'll deactivate the negative orgone energy coming from the microwave tower. I make small pyramids. This is what's known as a holy hand grenade. This is in a cone shape. It has a 1.5-inch lost cubit spiral of copper around it, and it features one quartz point pointing straight up and a cross of 4 quartz points inside. The same with this. This is a HHG pyramid, which has a quartz point vertical and then a crossing of 4 quartz. This right here is known as a power wand. This is a orgone energy electrical device. It features a very large quartz which has 2 Mobius coils around it. These Mobius coils, you can find more information on this at howtomakeorgone.com and ethericwarriors.com. Another website that is good for learning how to build technical orgone devices is educateyourself.org, and their orgone library is quite extensive. Educateyourself.org sells power wands similar to what I've made here, and so does CT Busters. CT Busters is a great site also. But something simple you can do with a minimal amount of expense, because a quart of resin only costs, you get it half price, $20. A few stones can easily be gotten at any New Age store to get some gemstones like amethyst or carnelian or citrine. You can just hit it with a hammer to make it smaller so it'll fit in your pendant. Copper wire is easily gotten. And what I use as a form for these small pendants as a self-protection device is I just take a small quartz ball, rubber quartz ball, and I cut it in half with a knife, and that makes a really good form for making a half round. And people love them, and it really helps your energy field. So that's my little talk on orgone, and Wilhelm Reich's work is moving forward. And I want to talk now, just briefly, about a book called Tavistock Institute by John Coleman. And if you're into conspiracies and you want to understand what our society has become and why, Tavistock Institute by Dr. John Coleman is a must-read book. This is the Bible of modern Western social engineering. This will tell you how the foundations and the media, with education, have turned you into what you are today. Now, one of the things, Free Your Mind group, that I'm associated with here in Philadelphia, we're about healing modalities, and we're about us raising our consciousness and becoming more human, not doing what the powers that shouldn't be want us to do. And I recommend EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. This book is written by Gary Craig. Emotional Freedom Technique is very popular energetic healing where you tap on certain acupressure points.
Hold on.